What's going on, everybody out there on the YouTube network? We're going to shed some light on the game, shed some light on what's happening. Um, been running around tonight, so I didn't have the chance to get everything perfect, but I figured I would still just stream out. My hair's a mess. Let's keep the hat on for a little bit. Well, whatever. First thing we're going to do on the live stream is we are going to chug some water. That's right. Water is the key to life. I highly doubt anyone in my live stream could drink as much water as fast as I can. But do yourself a favor, even if you're watching this after the stream is out, I'm going to wait like 30 to 40 seconds, actually a minute. So go get yourself a tall glass of water, probably like about 3 cups of water, something like that. And yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit of time to go get 3 cups of water. And yeah, new hold potentially inappropriate messages for review. They wanted me, not now, I don't care. Whoever puts it on, puts it on. You want me to hold bad messages. Go get yourself some water. I'll give you like a little bit and see if you can beat the chief at water chugging. I think I'm like the fastest chugger at what back when I was, a kid, and I don't suggest drinking, but back when I did drink a lot, I could chug so much water, man. It was insane. I mean, I could chug beer too, anything. Any type of liquid. I could down it faster than anybody I know. So with that being said, I'm going to attempt to chug a bunch of water right now. Give you guys about a minute. So take your time. Go get your glass of water. I'll be here. I'm not going to say much so you feel as if you won't miss anything. But go get yourself some water. And yeah, I'll be here waiting. You got to go turn on the sink or your Brita or whatever it is. Pour up the glass. Come on back to the stream. And then I'll check it out. All right, so in like about 20 seconds, we're going to chug this water. We're going to see who could beat me. If you beat me, maybe you could put this video next to you on the video, and then you could post that showing me if you beat me. If you beat me, I'll give you guys a surprise or a prize. I'll send something to you, direct message to the channel. Show me that you beat me chugging water, and I will send you probably a mini drone that you can fly around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. So we're going to count to 10 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Burns. Burns like bugger. Put a little lemon in there. Help it go down a little easier. But that is the water chugging contest. Just want to get people. Oof. I don't know if you should chug water that fast. Like kind of like you get air bubbles in between. And honestly, one time in my life, I passed out. I was snowboarding up in Vermont. I got super dehydrated because you sweat a lot. Yet it's cold. You bundle up, so you end up sweating a lot. And I chugged so much water that I eventually got an air bubble in my chest, and I passed out. Like I woke up on the floor of like the cafeteria. I had no idea what had happened to me. It was crazy. So that can happen. Again, I want to let you guys know that you should be buying gold and silver. If you don't think so, that's just your opinion. But my opinion is strong about it. And I avoid holding fiat currency like the plague. It took me years to do that, but I don't touch fiat currency for any reason. And the reason I don't is because it's lost 95% of its purchasing power. Every year I know I'm just going to lose 3%. And I don't like losing 3%. Sometimes I work my butt off on the stock market to make 3%. Hey, if you make 3% a day and you times that by 30 days, you're making 90% in 1 month. So I'll take 3% any day of the week. Damn it, I'll take 1% any day of the week. If of the 52 weeks and you say that you only trade 5 days, so that's 250 days, and you make 1%, you're going to give yourself about 250%. So let's just watch a little video here about silver.
And on the 18th of April, there was a very large gain silver made, a spike. And we wanted to make an update and talk about that. So this is about the 18th of April. But first, Welcome to Puerto Rico, Dave. How are you liking it so far?
I like it. There's a little construction going on everywhere as the town's getting put back together.
Yeah, as you know, we've had a hurricane recently, and you may hear every once in a while some noise in the background, and it's work being done on the building. But anyway, I've got here a silver chart, and I just wanted to show you this, and Dave and I are going to talk about a couple of things. Some people are calling this a silver breakout. I actually want more time to accumulate more, and the longer this pattern that we're developing goes, the bigger the breakout is going to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so what we've got here, if you look at the trend line from the peak back in 2016, we've got just a couple of hits here, but basically it came right up to that trend line and stopped, and that's acting like resistance. Now, it came up a nickel since this chart was created, but it looks like, I'm hoping that this advances over with and then it pulls back because I want to buy a little bit more personally. Any comments on the trend line, David?
I've got a consolidation pattern here in short term, and I have for my members a breakout point that was achieved here recently. So some of them are in long. Those are the very aggressive accounts. I have what I call the Morgan rule, which is a certain amount of days in a row have to be achieved at a certain price level for you to go long on a leverage basis. That has not been achieved yet. So the conservative people will be waiting and watching this market.
Okay, excellent. So we'll move on to the next one. And what I've done here, instead of going from the peak, I have traced out this pennant or wedge pattern where there's several hits on the top and the bottom.
Now, if you know anything about a wedge, that's when you have uptrend on the bottom line support, downtrend on the top line of resistance. Eventually, they meet in the middle, and it's got to go up or down. And whatever happens kind of gives you a little bit of insight as to what will happen to the price of that stock, asset, silver, gold, anything like that. Now, that wedge is important because as it gets closer and closer and closer, you're getting closer to a point. Like something has to happen. It's kind of universal. It's how the universe works. It's how we all work. It's like when you're stressed out and you have a lot of things going up, a lot of things going down, you hit a point. You're either going to break through and be positive, or you're going to let the negative energy take you down and go even further. It's very similar to how people trade stocks or gold and silver, any asset, because it's all based on emotions, speculation, and other people. When we break through that wedge line, I think, you could see silver going up to $20 an ounce. I mean, there's a big, big chance of that. Right now, if you buy silver at spot price, I think you're going to pay about $19, but it's only worth about $17.50. Every day I wake up, and the first thing I do is I go to goldprice.org, and I check out the price of gold and silver. Silver is at $17.19, and that's a pretty good price for it to break further above 17, and gold's at $13.42 an ounce. Now, gold has been heavily holding these gains. Before we go to $13.20 and back to $12.60, then it slowly moves its way from $12.20 to $12.40 to $12.60, and so on and so forth. At the present moment, you're going to see gold at $13.60. I think we're going to see it break out to 1400s by June. I could be completely wrong about that, but that's something that I'm very bullish on, is gold and silver, and something that I really think will get us over that hump is this wedge for gold right now, and also the declining dollar and the worries about trade wars, Trump building the wall, a lot of issues. There's a QAnon thing going on, which is online, which is people saying that Trump has the inside scoop with a guy with Q clearance, and whether it's real or not, it's gaining so much traction that I think it actually create some speculative moves in the stock market, because I don't know. I think it could make people worried about the future. And when people get worried about the future, we have a lot more buys and sells of gold. When you have a booming stock market and everything's great, people don't seem to rush to the asset. But the second we have a lot of fear and people just really worried, you're going to see that a lot of assets that you normally play with and look at are going to just boom. Gold and silver, platinum, things that people think have no connection to the US dollar and will keep them away from risk, they're going to jump into. So with that being said, I could see gold and silver really in June making a nice little spike and then holding those gains. And then as we head towards the end of 2018, and we get into the third quarter, I think you could see even more movement that's very, very bullish for gold and silver. Now, I could be wrong. In 6 months from now, you could see them down below 1,300. But honestly, I don't see it because I watch gold and silver a lot. For the last 4 or 5 years, the first thing I do in the morning to wake up is I check the price of gold. It's kind of an important addiction to me now, and it's not like because I'm like, yeah, I may hold some gold assets and I may trade gold, but I just like to see what it is. I think it's like a curiosity to me. I like to play those odds against fiat currency. Again, gold and silver is created when a star explodes, and then there's never more of it in the universe. So with that being said, it's like it's a wanted asset that's hard to get. You can't get it all the time. You can't find it all the time. And with that being said, it's something that I'm very bullish on. I think that accumulating gold and silver is a smart idea, something that could help you in the long term. And also, there's nothing wrong with it. People think I'm crazy, but I also tell them, you can hold dollars in your bank account all you want and see where they go. But if you hold gold and silver, you're really never going to lose any wealth. It's also a universal currency. There's places in the world that do not take the U.S. dollar. It's very rare and far between, but there's places like that. And right now, anyone will take gold. Anyone. There's not one person that won't take gold for trade of some type of asset that they're buying or selling. So when you think about it in the long term and in the long run, buying gold will never hurt you. Never hurt you. Selling it back, you may lose a little on the spot price. You'll buy over spot, then you have to sell below spot. That's kind of, you want to hold gold for at least a couple years if you really want to get into it. I don't suggest buying gold with your last $5,000 and then praying for the moon and hoping that in a month or two you'll be able to flip that for a profit. It's possible and it could happen, but I don't think it's a good hedge bet. I think gold is something that you just, once you have a nice savings, once you're comfortable, you buy some gold and you keep it in a nice safe place, whether in a vault, only in a vault really. I wouldn't suggest putting it in the bank in a safety deposit box because they can raid those safety deposit boxes and there's a chance that you could lose your gold. Also, I think in a time of horrible need, they'll go right into those safety deposit boxes, whoever has those keys, and they will liquefy them to get what they want and to buy food for their family and do whatever they need. So you could lose your gold if you don't have it securely secured in like either an international vault connected to your gold seller or even in a vault that you create or some other type of crazy way to hide your gold. Look at some YouTube videos about how to hide gold and silver and you will get some great ideas. I don't want to blow my ideas because I have some good ones and I think they're for me and me only. I can't share every single thing that I do up on this channel. But with that being said, I just wanted to get into that. And, this is going to be a quick live stream tonight. Also want to get into some coins. If you haven't traded crypto yet and you're interested in it, I suggest you make yourself like a dummy portfolio. Like act like you have the asset. Create an Excel spreadsheet. Buy an asset of crypto. Just go in. Like say you bought one Bitcoin Cash a week ago. It was sitting at $656. So you buy the Bitcoin Cash at $656, and today I think it's. Let me just check the chart right here for you guys. But Bitcoin Cash is doing really good, really strong. It's also, you have to remember, it's the fourth cryptocurrency, so it's got a lot of legs. 979. Wow, it's about to crack 1,000. When it cracks 1,000, I mean, then it's going to be almost back to its bullish days. Bitcoin moving hard right now at 8,350. Bitcoin up 6.5% on the week. Ripple up 36% on the week. Wow, Ripple all the way to 84. Wow, it was just at 60 just the other day, so it's already up 20 points. That's huge. Bitcoin Cash is at 979. That's up 33.37% in a week. I would take 33% gains any day of the week. And Monero just eclipsing its old price. Could have just got Monero very, very cheap. I'm actually really upset because I wanted to purchase Monero and I didn't. And historically, it's a good buy. April 10th, you could have bought it at $167. And now it's at $228, eclipsing 246. Wow. So 160, it's almost up $100 on 167. Wow. That's insane. So 167 lets you go up, 40 to 33 there. And then you add this is a 79. $79 and 160. 80 times 3 is 240. So 80 times 2 is 160. I mean, you basically just made 50% if you bought Monero a week ago. What happens is when Bitcoin levels out and starts staying at a level price, you see the altcoins starting to gain momentum because people say, okay, Bitcoin's where it should be. It hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone down. There's not so much volatility into it. And they get comfortable and they think, you know what, I can get into some altcoins for a week and then I'll jump back into my Bitcoin and I won't lose any holdings. So a lot of people think it's a great idea to own these little altcoins. They're just trading them sometimes to get more Bitcoin, or they're going to go long on them. And they think it's a good time because even if Bitcoin goes up to 10,000 and they only have $1,000, I mean, that's only Bitcoin going up 25%. You only make 250. But if you put $1,000 on Monero just the other day, you would have made 500 in a week. So the odds of you making more money in an altcoin once Bitcoin levels out are actually higher in some respects. So a lot of people will jump back into altcoins. Some altcoins that I suggest are ones that I was putting up on my live stream last night: Redcoin, Cloakcoin, Vergecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, Monero, Dash, Omis Egotron, and Populous. I'm not a huge supporter of Bitcoin Cash. I'm not like a Roger Ver lover or anything. And I know there's a lot of controversy with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core. And I could get into that, and that's for an entire another video. But for the most part, I do have to say that I think it's a good speculative investment at the moment. And I think once it hits about 1,000, I may sell. I only bought like a few of them at 656, but that's going to be a nice $1,200 gain in about 2 weeks. So you can't say no to money when you're trading and you make a good trade. But again, Redcoin, Cloakcoin, Vergecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar. Why I like Verge, because it just had a nice run up due to speculation. It's now going to be a currency that you can pay with Pornhub with. So Pornhub is now going to accept Vergecoin. You can go to their site right now and see that. I'm not a huge I don't want to push pornography, and I think it's, it may add to sex trafficking and it may hurt young people, young women specifically, that are getting involved into it. But at the same time, there's probably not one person out there watching this video that's never been to Pornhub. If you're a guy, and even a girl, but then let's just say most men who are into cryptocurrency, 18 to 44 years old, and let's just say 90% of those people have been to Pornhub, and maybe they don't want to put on their credit card anyway if they want the 4K or whatever the awesome new videos are out there. I'm guessing that's what they put out to pay for, because I don't know why you would pay for porn anyway. But if you do, you would use Vergecoin, and it would be private. People wouldn't see it. It would be basically, there's not like some list on your credit card bill. It goes into the abyss. They take the exchange, and there's no like receipt for it. You don't see it. So Vergecoin, I think, is a good buy right now because it's lower than it should be. With the news coming out, it makes it a speculative move. And I think like right now, if we look at Vergecoin, I just want to tell you guys one last thing before I go. I think it's number 21 right now. Let's see. Oh, I got pushed to 24. It's sitting at 7 cents. And I like to see the Satoshi level. Everything to me is in Satoshis. 852 Satoshi. I think that's strong. What I would do is I would put a buy order in for 790 Satoshi if I was you, or if I was me. And then once it goes down on a quick dip, you'll probably snatch it up. I don't see it going down to 600 Satoshi. I really don't. And then when it gets up back to like 1,200, 1,300, I would sell it again and just keep that Verge train moving. Those are my suggestions. Today I'm keeping it real light, just kind of making sure the stream stays alive and trying to hit it nightly. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You've heard what I had to say about certain coins. You heard what I have to say about preserving wealth. I'm going to watch this video with Mike Maloney and get into my night. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Peace. Wait. Peace.